Hey, gang. I'm sorry I kind of left you hanging with the last half of our chapter on retributivism, but I got a new microphone. Check it out. I think it's pretty cool. So, let's finish chapter 1. So we left off with dessert and how do we figure out what people deserve and how much they deserve. But another key, well, that is a key aspect of retributivism. But now we got to talk about how we can even try to make punishment proportional to the amount that you deserve. The book has a lot of options. It's a good list here, so I'm just going to kind of go through some of them. First up is the idea that just the guilty should suffer, which is a very deontological approach. I mean, just like you did something wrong, so you fucking deserve whatever's coming your way, buddy. It's a very biblical approach, as a matter of fact. The Bible, the God of the Bible seems like a big fan. Oh, and there was a... I think the guy quotes the Bible. Let me look. St. Paul tells us that God will be the just judge of all the world. He will give each one whatever his deeds deserve. He will terribly punish those who walk in evil ways. He will punish sin wherever it is found. So, I don't know. Just the idea of hell seems like a lot of punishment. So, I guess, basically do anything, you fucking deserve hell. Now, I'm not trying to get into a theological discussion about what hell is like, but there's that idea. So, moving beyond just punish them, just get them. The next idea that comes up is strict equality. And this one kind of makes sense. Like, you get exactly the harm that you did. This is an eye for an eye. No more, no less. Couple of problems, though. Does the harm done equal the actual, wickedness of the act? Does that equal the desert? So, if I kill somebody accidentally, do I deserve to die in the same way? If I accidentally poke out somebody's eye, do I deserve to lose my eye too? Kind of problem with intent there. No, if I intentionally remove someone's eye. This is a weird tangent. Second, do we actually want the state to do the things that were done? These crimes are things we don't like, so why do we want to do them purposefully? We don't want people plucking out other people's eyes or killing them. So why do we want the state to do this back to them? Just because it's what they deserve? But can they even do that same harm? So let's take a serial rapist. Do we want them to get raped that many times and we're good? Do we want a state-appointed rape executioner? Wow, this is already inappropriate. So, do we want the state doling out rapes? Probably not. In my opinion, I don't think that's a good idea. But what about a serial killer who has killed lots of people? Well, we can't kill that person more than once. Or do we start killing their family members? There's just some hard things to deal with when we're trying to do strict equality. What about a white collar criminal who's embezzled millions of dollars and defrauded people out of their life savings, putting hardworking families through hell? Just making him give his yacht back isn't gonna match that harm caused, especially if the people he stole from lost family members or their property or their lives or who knows what else. So we'll keep looking. That brings us to desert within limits, where the idea here is that the amount you deserve is just the upper limit of what we can do to somebody, but it gives us some freedom to do less than that if we need to or if we want to. So which just punishment is limited by the desert. But then at that point, like, cool, we have some discretion, but why should we have limits? Nothing about retributivism as a philosophy really justifies putting limits on the punishment or doing less anyway. It's supposed to be proportional to how much they deserve, so why would we fucking do less? Pardon my French. So I bet that's really annoying on the microphone. I shouldn't wear these earrings. But I did. So another way to look at it is that we want payback. We want the criminal, we want to punish them enough to pay back the debt to society that they incurred with their crime or whatever they've done, for the harm they've done. This, okay, sure, we hear that kind of rhetoric a lot, like, yeah, you know, you did your time, you paid back your debt to society. What does it actually effing mean, though? Like, how much punishment, like, can pay back a harm? It's a metaphor that's kind of nice way of thinking about it, but it's pretty shaky. It doesn't actually give us a, like, here's how much you should be punished kind of idea. It puts a lot of faith in the people who decide how much gets paid back. Which, what does it even mean in the first place? So, payback, along with the unfair advantage section, which is where we punish so that they give back anything they might have profited off from the crime, or annulment, which is trying to make all parties set as if the crime had never happened. These are all trying to borrow concepts from contract law. And these are great ways to deal with a breach of contract. You can either, like, pay back what a non-breaching party lost. You can take away the unfair advantage that the breaching party got. Or you can try to cancel the contract and put it to where things were before the contract even happened. Those are great ways to deal with a breach of contract, and you will learn about them if you take any classes on contract law. But if we talk about, like, breaking the social contract when you commit a crime, okay, sure, that's cute. But it's not the same thing. How can we try to use a contract law way of looking at criminal law? Because it's not like, I didn't sign my name anywhere that, like, I'm going to be a productive citizen in this amount and I'm going to not do any of these crimes. Like, crimes just happen. And it's not like there's any kind of agreement about how things should have gone. So there's no amount that we can, like, punish someone that's a dollar value for the harm they've done. I don't know. It's a way of looking at it. It's just kind of messy. Let's see, what else? Yeah, doesn't make a whole lot of sense when I just want to know how long we gotta put this guy in prison for. So, proportional retributivism tries to at least answer our question that we're trying to ask: how much? And the idea is, we make a list of all of the crimes, from, like, worst terrible crime to not too bad kind of crime, and then we make a list of all of the punishments that we're willing to do, from the worst punishment that we're willing to do to this is not that bad of a punishment. And then we can just connect the lines. So, like, the worst punishment gets the worst crime gets the worst punishment, and the least bad crime gets the softest punishment, and we just line it up like that. So, there. We just have to decide, what our lists are and put them in order, but we can decide that. We can figure that out. And, what makes one punishment worse than another, and what makes one crime worse than another. But that, whatever. We can sort that out. At least we have a way to say, like, this is proportional to that one. It's a starting place. But, so, like, I guess we also have to decide what's the worst we want to do. We do have that pesky 8th Amendment with the no unusual crimes or punishments, so I guess some tortures are out. But, like, is the death penalty the worst one that we want to have? Or is life without parole the worst one we want to do? I don't know. Whatever. We can solve that. The problem is, it kind of untethers punishment from desert. The whole idea is that you punish the criminal as much as they deserve, but if we're doing it this way, now our serial rapist isn't doing 15 years because he deserves 15 years. He's doing 15 years because it lined up on the chart just right. So that maybe he deserves more. I guess it could be, I said he. Our criminal might be a she or a they. This criminal might deserve more. But then it would be like out of proportion with the chart, and we can't do that. So I don't know. It kind of seems to make a problem with the whole idea of retributivism. So right now they'll just, I don't know, out of all this mess, I don't know, maybe hell is just a good idea. Thanks, God. That was weird. I should plan these out better. Anyway, negative retributivism is the last one on the list in the book. And it's not traditional retributivism that we've been talking about for these last 2 videos at all. I actually haven't worn makeup in like 2 weeks, and so it's like catching in my hair and making my eye itch. But I'm going through it for y'all because I want to look nice for y'all. Anyway, we're not actually going to talk about negative retributivism right now because that's going to come up in a later chapter where I think it fits better. Anyway, that's retributivism. Probably the most popular theory of punishment. This is like a way most people, if you talk about punishment, this is how they see it. It's you did something bad, so you deserve to be punished. It's very popular, which is pretty interesting, I think, because it doesn't make a damn bit of sense. Just as something hard, as something fast to write laws about, it's not based on anything but the fact that, damn it, they did something bad and we gotta do something to them, which, fair play. I get it. Like, I've been wronged before, and I definitely wanted to get some, not vengeance, but righteous retribution. Or, I mean, I like getting vengeance. I'll be that bitch. But, how we codify that brings up a lot of damn hard questions. I've said damn like 10 times in the last sentence. I'm sorry. But we can't really know if what we write down makes sense and works. But how do we even know if it works or if it's good? Because it justifies itself. Like, there's no aim other than just we want to punish. So, yep, we're going to do it. So does it work? I don't know. Did we punish the guy? Yeah, it worked. So I guess y'all need an assignment about it so you can get some grades. So I'll come up with something, maybe some kind of like case study where you pick some crime or some case where somebody had a trial and went to prison or something, and you could analyze it from a retributivist point of view. That sounds kind of good. Something like that. I will post more details on Blackboard, and I will email you about it when it's posted. Also, I get so many emails asking about, like, are there any assignments due? Y'all, I will email you, and it will be on Blackboard. Please stop emailing me individually to ask if there are any assignments. That said, I do apologize that I have not posted any assignments yet. My bad. Anyway, that's all for today. That's all for chapter 1. Go ahead and read chapter 2 about deterrence so we can talk about another theory of punishment. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.